Every year, our school takes a senior trip. Every year, one kid comes back different. I went because I needed to know why. The trip's been the same since the 80s. 4 days at a beach resort, chaperoned by teachers, supervised activities, mandatory check-ins. Parents sign the slips without a second thought because it's tradition. Everyone goes. Everyone comes back with matching sunburns and inside jokes. Almost everyone. I first noticed the pattern sophomore year. A senior named Marcus went in April. Before the trip, he was student council treasurer, tennis captain, the loudest guy in any room. After, he quit tennis, resigned from council, stopped sitting with his friends. My sister asked what happened in Florida. He just shook his head. Nothing, I'm tired. He was tired the rest of the year. Junior year, it was a girl named Adrian, homecoming court, headed to a good school, always posting countdown calendars for the trip. She came back and deleted her whole social media, dropped her friends, started spending lunch alone in the library. I started paying attention. I found more. A guy in the class of 19 switched to online school for his last 2 months. Another came back the next year with an injury he blamed on volleyball and wouldn't talk about. And then there was Beth, class of 22, who I tracked down working at a coffee shop near campus. I pretended to half recognize her and made small talk. When I mentioned the senior trip, her face changed. "You're going this year? In 3 weeks." She looked at me a long time. "Don't go to the bonfire." "What bonfire?" "Second night, some kids will tell you about a bonfire down the beach. They'll say it's optional, that the teachers don't care. Don't go." "Why? What happens?" She put down the cup she was holding. "It's not the trip. The trip's fine. It's the bonfire. It's not run by students and it's not run by teachers. It's alumni, guys who graduated 5-10 years ago. They come back every year. They bring drinks. They've got a whole system. A system for what? They spike everything. Then they pick whoever's the most out of it, the easiest mark, and they walk them off toward the rocks and clean them out. Phones, cash, watches, cards. Every year. Some kids wake up robbed and humiliated and just never say a word. And a couple of times someone got hurt badly enough it should have been a hospital, but nobody wanted to explain why they were that far gone." She laughed bitterly. "One of those alumni is on the school board now. Another one subs for freshman science. Did you report it? To who?" "The school swears the trip is fully supervised. The kids who come back wrecked are too ashamed to talk. It just resets every year." I went 3 weeks later. Second night, a guy named Tanner told everyone about a bonfire down the beach. "It's chill. No teachers." I brought my phone. I recorded 4 hours. The coolers of pre-mixed drinks being handed out. The alumni working the crowd. The exact moment they steered toward a girl named Sophie who could barely stand, telling her she'd won a prize, and walking her toward the dark stretch by the rocks. I got names. I got faces. And I got to Sophie first. Pulled her arm over my shoulder, told the guys her mom was calling the hotel room, and walked her straight back to the resort before they could get her past the tree line. She was furious with me for about 10 minutes, until she sobered up enough to realize she couldn't remember the last hour, and that her wallet and phone were already gone from her bag. The footage went to the superintendent, the local police, and 2 news stations the day after we got home. 14 alumni were identified. 2 of them worked at the school. 1 sat on the board. The trip was permanently canceled. Here's the part I keep coming back to, though. It wasn't the video that ended it. It was that, for once, someone believed the kids who came back different instead of writing them off as going through a phase. A dozen of them, years apart, reached out once the story broke. Some of them finally told their parents what had happened. A few of them told me they'd spent years thinking they were the only one, that it was somehow their fault for going. It was never their fault. It was a machine built to run quietly on their shame. Beth texted me a week later. One word. Finally. I didn't do anything heroic. I just refused to look away from a pattern everyone else had agreed not to see. Sometimes that's the whole job. Believing the people who came back different and making sure the next one doesn't have to.